And we are live.
Alrighty.
Well, we're not live. We're recording, though.
That's right.
We're
Podcast
rolling.
live.
Yeah,
That's
we're
right.
rolling, baby.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Good to be here.
Good to
Yes,
be
sir.
here. Good to have you here. So we're hanging out here with Hunter Wainscott. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. How you doing? Good to see
doing
you. Been a
great.
while.
Mm-hmm.
This beer's nice and cold. Going
Oh,
down
my
well.
God, yeah.
As always.
Icy, cold, so good. Shout out PBR. Come on, give me a
That's
sponsor.
Sponsor us. We
Come
need
on,
it.
let's
We
go.
need it.
We do need it. We need that PBR money, baby. So, what you been doing? You've been gigging
Man.
like a crazy madman.
Staying really busy, man.
Yeah.
It's been a great year so far. This is kind of the first year since COVID that has been really, really busy.
Yeah.
Obviously, not to bring up old shit, but
No, dude.
COVID fucked everything up.
Yep.
And just now, finally, getting really busy again
Hell
after
yeah.
recovering from all of that. So, yeah, man, just traveling, gigging,
Yep.
doing what I love, and staying pretty busy so far.
Hell
so,
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
badass. Yeah, that COVID shit really threw a wrench into everybody. And I know that it might feel like, even myself, I feel weird like talking about it sometimes.
Oh,
like
yeah.
everybody's sick of hearing about it. But the reality is it fucked up a lot of things.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And
was
it threw a
big, yeah.
wrench in a lot of people's everything.
Yes.
So it's going to
Yes.
be on the mind for a while.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
It was weird, man. So COVID obviously was in our minds in early 2020, the whole
Yep.
coronavirus thing and
Yep.
knowing it was real and whatever, or a real possibility. And then my family and I decided to go on vacation to Michigan for a weekend.
Yeah.
We're up there having a good time, drinking beers, chilling out, and my phone starts lighting up about the governor shutting down the state, all the stuff going down. And within a half hour, I think I had 46 or 47 emails from venues canceling shows for the indefinite future. And while I'm on
Jesus.
vacation, so when you're on vacation, you think you
you're
can get away
spending
for
money?
a week. Exactly.
Yeah, you're spending money
So I'm like,
that
oh
now
my God.
you don't have.
Exactly. And then like venue after venue, I swear, it was, between messages and emails, it was just piling up. And I'm like, what the hell? But
dude.
we bounced back.
Yeah.
And doing well, though, man. Doing good.
How many gigs have you played this freaking year so far?
So this year so far, I'm not really sure. So I play on average around 20 a month, give or take.
That's a lot. That's badass.
So whatever that would be. I think since
Yeah.
I started doing this in 2018,
yeah.
and I'm at, I think, over 1,100 shows right now.
Damn.
So
dude.
staying
That
busy
is-
and just
yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm good. Just means I'm staying busy. So
Shit, you are
that's
good.
about it.
Don't let him fool you, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, man.
Dude, so you've been working on anything like new recording wise or anything like that?
Not recently. I'd like to soon. We did our debut EP in 2020, actually. So while things were slow, we got in the studio with Gibson and with my then bandmates. We're not bandmates anymore.
Yeah.
But we recorded an EP back then, and I'm hoping to get back in the studio within hopefully the next 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
When things slow down for the winter, I'm booked till the end of the year, but hopefully early next year, get in
Yeah.
the studio, recording something new.
When you have more downtime.
Exactly, and kind of plan ahead for it to be able to have that downtime to do something right.
So-
So hopefully soon.
I noticed like when you something new that you incorporated, fairly new is the kick drum.
Yeah.
And adding all that stuff in, dude. So are you going to be doing that when you record, or are you going to try to put a band together, or what are you thinking?
So in the studio, probably not the one-man band. I might do some harmonica stuff
Yeah.
like that. But what I'd like to do is have more of a friends project where I hire different
Yeah.
musician friends that I have.
Yep.
To kind of make it more of a band effort, but more of like a Hunter Wainscott album
Yes.
with all the people in my life that
Yes.
have either played with me or that I know can play really well, different instruments. It might range from everything from like heavy rock to light folk in one record. So it might be
Nice.
something really weird
Yeah.
and different because I like everything.
Yeah.
So I want to represent that. Whereas my first project was, I feel like it was kind of a green project for me.
Sure.
I'm still trying to find myself musically, but at that time, that's where I was. So
Yeah.
hopefully next project we can kind of diversify it more
Yeah.
and make it more, accurate.
Yeah, that's that's the thing with every new album that you do, you're learning.
Yeah.
And you're just growing as a musician.
Absolutely.
Being a full-time musician adds a different perspective on things too.
It does.
Big time. So, all those stories from the roads and the gigs, and you just evolve through time.
Yes.
And your music evolves through time. And I myself, I swing wide on the pendulum of like different music. I can do some just some country music, some
Yeah.
blues, some hip hop,
Oh, yeah.
rap. Like I love it all, dude.
Yeah.
You know, lately I've really been, I don't know, just like digging this just raw acoustic thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of where I started out when I was a teenager, and just kind of getting back to the roots of that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of where it all starts, really.
Yeah.
I'm a huge, again, going from all kinds of music. I'm a really big Foo Fighters fan.
Hell yeah.
And I've watched interviews with Dave Grohl where he talks about writing his songs
Yeah.
and how they all start with him on acoustic guitar, every single song. And so I feel like most, I shouldn't say all, but probably most music, you know, that we listen to would start from scratch like that, where it's just a guy with a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And I always love when a like a really hard rockin' record comes out, and then a year later they have like an acoustic version of that record as well, with the band doing like cajon,
Just
acoustic guitar, some shakers,
a stripped down version. of
Yeah,
it.
it's always so kick ass because it's almost like going back to how it started out.
Yeah. Yeah.
and seeing
just-
the roots of the actual
just
project.
like the guts of it all. Like
correct.
bare bones, stripped down,
Yeah.
not all fancy, high produced. Yeah.
Yep. Just how it started and
Yeah.
hearing the imperfections and the guitar and the vocals and just hearing just raw, like you said, just raw acoustic music. I think it's really, really cool.
How do you write songs? Do you do music and then write lyrics to the music, or do you write lyrics and then put music to that?
It's kind of different every time,
Yeah.
really. I have songs written both ways. Some songs I don't remember writing them for various reasons. But it's like, man, I like this song, but I don't know the story behind it myself.
Yeah.
But I would say usually it's probably lyrics. I get like a lyrical idea,
Okay.
Something I'm going through,
Yeah.
and kind of get like a blueprint, and then the music usually follows. But I've had it both ways before.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on the day.
Yeah.
You know.
Depends on.
But usually the words first. I might
Right
be
on.
driving or
Yes.
playing a gig or mowing the lawn,
Just something
and something
pops in
in
your
my
head.
head. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
You know, I used to start, I think, just straight up writing a little guitar, you know, like chord progression, and then writing music over that. But lately, or lyrics over that. But lately, it's just kind of been coming, just like a few lines at a time.
Yeah.
And like the other day, first time I ever done it. I was driving in my truck, and I wrote this song, just full out from start to finish. And then I put music to it after. That's the
Gotcha.
first time I'd ever done that. So like I kind of approached it like a poem, you know, and and then put music to it later. So that's my first whack at that. I mean, I'm not usually a sit down and write and then put music. It all just
Right.
kind of happens like you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
It just kind of varies, you know.
Yeah.
And man, your songs are all really good too. Like I'm not
Thanks.
just kissing ass, but like I've always loved your stuff.
Thank you.
I love the new acoustic
thank you.
stuff as well.
Thanks,
It's
man.
always been really cool. But before I go too far, I do want to say, man, like I was telling my friends earlier today, you were the first guy to actually have me open up their show ever
Hell yeah.
in my life at the Linwood
Yes.
here in town, and it's still a very pivotal moment in my life because that was probably the loudest we had been
Oh yeah.
at that point.
Oh yeah.
And we got up and just had a great time,
Dude.
And we were just so thrilled to open
Yeah.
up for you guys.
Dude,
it was a game changer.
That was a point, like we both were kind of starting out in that
Right.
time. And I remember you hit me up one day and you were just reaching out, and we were both kind of like really getting into like trying to do the damn thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ever since then we kind of hit it off and been
Oh,
talking.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that Linwood show, I think that was me and Jeff. I think that was before Kyle was in the
It
band.
was before Kyle.
It was
Yeah.
just me and Jeff and Leighton. I think he was playing
Yes.
guitar. Shit, did we even have a bass player?
I don't think you did.
I don't think we did.
So. It was like the early days, for, like you said, for both of us, really, like
Yeah.
trying to get stuff figured out,
Yeah.
how this works.
Yep.
But man, we were just so thrilled, man. And
Dude.
it's just, I don't know, and it's almost like one of those things where like you try to pass it forward too, because there's so many guys out there that I see like where we were 5 years ago or 4 years ago, whatever that was. And I don't know, it's just kind of the whole circle of life goes around, just paying it forward
Absolutely.
and helping new guys out and giving them a chance to open up or play breaks.
That's-
Like it means the world
yeah,
to guys like
it
that.
does.
It meant
Like,
the world to me. Like,
Dude, it really does. And like, I don't know. It just you're spreading the love. You know what I mean? Like you got an opportunity to play at a place, and get paid and play in front of people. So you open the door for somebody who you think is worthy of fucking helping.
Yeah.
And just keep on helping as much as you fucking can.
And never giving up,
You know?
man. Like
Yeah.
I remember vividly during that time, like texting you about gigs that we were both playing, and I might have the numbers wrong, but I want to say you're like, man, I'm playing this gig, like it pays like $30 for the gig. And I'm like, oh man, I'm playing this one for like 50 for the gig. Like you should get this gig.
Yeah.
Just like going back and forth like that. And it's,
Oh, dude.
it's funny how it starts like that though.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It has to start. I feel like you have to struggle starting out.
Yep. Oh,
to,
yeah.
to really appreciate
Yeah.
like the whole journey of it
Yep.
all, I guess,
Gotta
if that makes sense.
Play for nothing.
Yeah.
Travel and put in the fucking time.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what it's all about. It's paying your dues.
Yes.
And going through the shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because it's not as glamorous as it seems. You know what I mean? It's fucking. It's really hard on. It's hard on everything. It's hard on you. It's hard on your family. It's hard on just your fucking sanity.
Oh yeah.
You know.
What is sanity? I
Yeah.
kind of forget, man. Honestly, I don't know what that is anymore.
You tend to, you lose it after a while.
Right.
Dude.
No, man, for sure.
So, when did you start playing music?
So I started playing music when I think I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
My dad got a guitar in the house, and this is a really long story. I'll try to shorten it for you.
Yeah,
but
you're good. We got time, bro.
I met our mutual friend, Jason Wells, when I was 6, and he taught me my first guitar chord.
Okay.
It was a G chord, and ever since then, man, I've just been loving it more and more every day, like as a kid. So long story short, I'm the oldest of 11 kids.
Damn.
So I'm 28. My youngest sister is 6.
Okay.
And we were all homeschooled growing up.
Okay.
And not to dig up anything, because I'm not bitter about it anymore like I used to be. But,
Yeah.
very, very strict religious
Okay.
upbringing, which for a long time seemed like a curse on my life. But I see now how it might have been a good thing in the long run, because we all turn out the way we do for a reason.
Yeah, dude.
And all of our journeys, no matter how weird they might seem, work out for good. You know, I feel like the universe works things out like that in the long run. But we didn't have, TV, video games. Really didn't leave home a whole lot.
Yeah.
And we, all of us kids played music. That's what we did. So we'd go in the basement almost every single day and just write goofy songs, play guitars, play keyboard. That's one thing my parents did do right. Nobody's perfect, obviously, but they provided us with a way to play music.
And
it made a huge difference.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like,
yeah.
just having that. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're gonna learn. You're
That's
gonna
right.
play music,
Yep.
and you're gonna learn because it's fun and it's your outlet.
Absolutely.
So that's like kind of the same way that I learned how to play guitar. I got a guitar, and we didn't have, like, we had like a VCR, but we didn't have cable or anything like that. We didn't have internet and that kind of shit. So it was music. That was my thing. And I would just sit in my room and just play for hours and hours and hours till I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else. Like, what are you gonna do? You find something that you like and you try your best to get better at it.
Exactly.
And that is, I mean, you can see it in your playing and your passion for your playing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It really translates your roots of just
Right.
Having music.
I sure hope so, man.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
that's how it all started.
Yeah.
Was just that was my escape. Not like I was going through horrible things to escape from necessarily, but just
Sure,
my
but
escape
yeah.
as a human being, as an
Yeah, as an
individual,
individual.
artistically.
Mhm.
And man, we would just jam for hours and hours and hours. And my whole teenage life, religion was a very big part of my life growing up.
Yeah.
And at one point, we joined a church that didn't allow instruments at all. So for a few years, I didn't have a guitar or anything.
What?
Which sounds, it's really
What kind of
fucked.
bullshit
yeah,
is that, dude?
Yeah, like a very Amish-like
That's
church.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
church is all about singing the
Right. Right.
yeah.
Not this one.
That's crazy.
At all.
But sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Continue your story.
No, but so for several years, I didn't have a guitar. I missed it terribly, and I think that's why I'm kind of embittered towards religion in general these days, is because I've only had not good experiences with church, and
Yeah.
with things done in the name of God and whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure where I was going with the story. Oh, so
Music in
correct. So
yeah.
in a way, it worked out for good in several ways. So I met my wife out there.
Okay.
When I was in part of this church, met her, got married, And a few years into our marriage, I'm like, this is just bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
I miss having my instruments. I miss having guitar.
Yeah.
And there's no good reason for anyone to tell me I can't do that.
And how old were you then?
I would have been, so I got married when I was 20.
Okay.
My wife was 19.
Yeah.
And this was when I was probably 21, 22.
Okay. Still like active
Still
in the
active in the
and-
church, a good
okay.
member, trying to be a good human being, a
Yeah.
good Christian, whatever.
Yeah.
And I finally was like, I can't take this anymore. Like, I have to be able to have this outlet in my life,
Yeah.
a gift that I feel like I have for playing music. It's part of who I am. So we left that group, and I got back into music heavy right away. Worked in a factory for a while, different jobs off and on, but always kept playing music pretty steadily,
Yeah.
quite a bit. But it was so good to have that back in my life after not having it. So in a way, like I said, it seems kind of messed up, but it was good in a way because it made me appreciate it more when I got it back.
I gave you like a fire.
Almost like a very angry fire.
Yeah.
Like it just,
Yeah.
it was, I was like a pissed off
Like-
fire to get back where I was before all this happened.
Yeah. Like
And yeah,
maybe even like that vigor that you have when you first learn.
right.
You know, like what I was saying when I got home from school, or just play
Yes.
until I went to
Yes.
sleep. You know,
Oh yeah.
even the same song over and over. That must have been like the same thing, like kind of re-establishing yourself, you know, with the guitar. and
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
wild story.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah,
And
that's a
lot of
good
people
story,
don't know
though.
that side of me
Yeah.
when it comes to music.
Yeah.
Which has been a challenge for me because I didn't know anything besides Christian music
Okay.
until I was about 21, 22. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I had heard some Mellencamp songs here and there. I'd heard a Beatles song,
Sure.
stuff like that.
Yeah, just-
but
yeah,
that's
through-
about it. So I heard what people have been listening to for years
Mm-hmm.
for the first time when I was 23. And so most of the songs that I know now, I have learned since then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always been a challenge to learn, almost like playing catch up in a way. But it's been fun though in a way too, because
Yeah.
I'm discovering all this music that everyone else I know has known their whole life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like
That's-
these guys, the Beatles rock.
Dude, no.
And they're like, we've known that for 40 years.
That right there. It may have been like a crazy time to like look back on and maybe hold like resentment towards, but it gave you like a different like view,
Yeah.
an appreciation
Yes.
for music that other people who have, like you were saying, heard that shit their whole life
Yeah.
don't appreciate it anymore. You know what I mean? Because it
Absolutely.
like, yeah. But then when you hear it with like a fresh pair of ears,
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
It's like, whoa.
Fuck yeah.
Like, this is some good
No, that's
music.
like a yeah, that's a blessing in disguise right there, dude.
But knowing my, like,
For
you know,
sure.
I tend to drift towards like the darker side of things in
Yeah.
life, like whether it's darker music.
Yeah.
Growing up, I would always want to pretend to be the bad guy. It's just my thing.
Okay.
And so as I discovered more music, I discovered things like heavy metal and just like the heavier, darker kinds of music, which
Yeah.
I love. And,
Yeah.
I feel like it's, I never like when people like trash certain genres or certain artists or whatever because, well, they sound like shit. That's shitty music. Well,
Yeah.
you might not like it, but every kind of music is I feel like somebody's like creative effort and their interpretation of their soul.
Dude,
I might not listen to it
Yes.
every day on the drive home from work, but
But it's someone
not
else.
gonna-
Yes,
yeah,
you're very,
you know what I
you're
mean?
very
Like-
right. It's like someone else put their fucking heart and
Correct.
their whatever they have, they put it into this.
Yeah.
And it's like just to shit on it. Like I was talking with Kristen about this just today. It's funny that you bring it up, but like those bands that people shit on just because it's cool to shit on them.
Right.
Like Green Day.
oh yeah,
Okay, so like when I was in middle school, I fucking loved Green Day, dude. Like I was listening to all their old stuff, and just really into it. And nowadays, if you say that, like the punk rockers will scoff at you and fucking, be like, oh,
Scoff.
this guy,
kind of a biblical
this
term
guy's
there,
a
man.
fucking asshole. It's like, hey, man.
Right.
They were fucking cool.
Yeah.
They were great. And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's just like the things like people shit on stuff because it's cool to hate. Like once things become cool, then
Right.
you're supposed to hate it and
Correct.
and mock it. And I hate that shit.
Well, it's kind of gone backwards for me in a way, like because so I should say like my first 3-4 years of discovering music, I was really into like new country,
Okay.
like new pop country.
I was, dude, I was there as well.
That was my thing
Okay.
because that was my first introduction to any kind of music besides what I'd ever known.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, this is really cool, whatever. Well, as I learned more of it, I discovered, how processed that music is, and how, the whole Nashville system is basically like, if you're good looking, if you're ripped, if you're sexy, if you're a girl, if you have a nice ass and
Look
nice
good in
legs,
blue jeans
we'll write
and-
you songs.
Yeah, look good in blue jeans and a flannel
Exactly.
on stage.
Throw a cowboy hat on and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And so there's really,
Yep.
that's one of the few kinds of music. I'm sure it's that way in every genre, but that's the one kind of music I probably like the least nowadays,
Yeah.
which is surprising for people because I started out playing that.
Yeah.
That's all I knew.
Yeah.
But it's such a facade in a way. Like,
It is.
it's someone else's creativity because someone else is writing those songs.
It's all like
it's not real.
it's all fucking
Yeah.
It's all just it's a product.
Correct.
Is what it is. It's
sells
it's
really
a,
well.
It's a product that's meant to be sold. Dude, I'm not gonna call her out, but we played this festival, Shorty and the Chef, one time, and it was a great time, and the closing act, we put on a fucking ripping set, had a great time. The crowd was they were having fun, and then they brought on this pop country artist at the end, and dude, standing off to the side, there's a fiddle playing, but there's no fiddler up on stage. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's a and there's a segment where this person's supposed to be playing an acoustic guitar, and there's an acoustic guitar playing, but there's no acoustic guitar on stage.
No.
So it's like, man, dude.
That's where I lose my respect
right
a
in
little
front
bit.
of your
Yeah.
eyes. But the thing is, dude, the rest of the audience, they have no idea that it's going on.
No.
They're just oblivious to it. They're having a good time.
White, uncultured America loves that.
Oh, yeah.
And I hate to say it, but
Yeah.
people know that I feel that way.
Hey.
Just,
No, you're right.
Just, very people that just accept anything that's thrown at them.
Yeah.
Whatever the radio tells you is good.
Yeah.
People think, well, this is a good song. It's
Oh,
a big
yeah,
song.
totally.
Why is it big? Because the radio plays it and
the
pushes
radio-
it at
and
you,
why
and
does
then
the
and
radio
all the
play it?
masses love it. Yeah.
Yep.
So the whole thing is rigged.
Yeah, it is.
But I've been really blessed though, man. They're actually here today. All my friends back here.
Oh, yeah. Shout
And-
out Bill,
yes.
Randy, Scott.
We Randy and Scott, my brothers in
Hey.
arms.
We got to
But-
bring you guys in here at the end of this thing so everybody can say what's up. to you.
Absolutely, for sure. Well, these guys played a big part in kind of showing me good music that nobody knows about
Yeah?
locally.
They know where it's
nationally.
at.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
And it just made my
Yeah.
there's some really good music. People actually play their instruments,
Yeah.
write their songs.
This,
Yeah.
dude, this is what I've like. So originally, I started this little podcast, and I wanted to upgrade my video at some point to be able to just have that crispy, HD shit. So I got this camera, and getting the camera, I was like, oh, cool. Well, now I can go out and take some pictures and have some fun. And then I was like, oh man, this is a lot of fun. So since then, it's like I've been to more shows in the past 3 or 4 weeks than I've been to in years.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. Besides my own, because you know how it is. You go to a show, you play, and then when you just don't want to do anything. You just
Right.
want to hang out with the family and fucking chill.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Exactly.
But dude, it's given me just a new fire for music, and there are so many bands that come through this fucking town that I would have never heard of unless I went out. And guys like these guys over here that are out at all these shows, just letting everybody know about all this music that's out there that people don't know about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Yeah, it's
And-
endless.
Yeah. And they're all so good.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all. Is that my phone?
I don't know. It's all good.
Sorry about that.
Ain't no thing.
But these guys are traveling the country in a van and a trailer and playing shows every night of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Like they might have a record contract or something small.
Yeah.
But they're not making big bucks.
No.
They're out there selling their merch, trying to make money to get to the next show.
Yep.
And it's good ass music. I mean, it's
yeah.
really fucking good music. And so
Yeah.
it's been really cool. As I progressed in what I listened to just discover all these amazing bands that are within an hour's driving distance of going to see.
Oh yeah.
And I just think it's a really cool thing.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
really.
Yeah.
I got to go to Taze River and see Nick Dittmeyer and the Sawdusters.
Oh yeah,
You ever
yeah.
sum him?
Never seen him, but I
Dude.
think we're friends on Facebook or
Oh,
something. but
dude, they're
cool guy,
fucking
great music.
good,
Yeah.
man. Like I'd never heard them before. I heard of them just through the ether,
Right.
but I never went out and saw them. But God, damn, they were hot, buddy.
Yeah.
Fucking just smoking. It reminded me of I don't know, it reminded me of a cross between the Allman Brothers and Tom Petty.
Yes.
I don't know. You guys,
And
you
he
guys
kind of looks
hear
like
that?
John Lennon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that was a fucking killer show. And I wouldn't have ever get to see it. You gotta go out.
Yes.
You got to go out and you got to live your life.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Be willing to expand your horizons.
Yeah.
Not be afraid to listen to something besides, all the stuff that the radio tells you is good, because we have things like Spotify nowadays. We have YouTube, we have Amazon, and there's probably millions of artists on all those platforms that are just kicking ass and are so amazing.
I think like in 2015 there was like there's less than 1 million podcasts, and today there's like 4 million.
Oh yeah. It's growing every day.
So and now with the ease of like being able to put music on Spotify and shit.
Yes.
Dude, there's
no
an
reason to
amount.
not know good music.
Oh yeah. But also at the same time, there's so much shit out there that it's hard to sift through.
Correct.
And find the good stuff, because naturally, like, the most viral rises to the top, and that doesn't mean that it's the best.
Right. Absolutely.
So sifting your way through all the muck and bullshit and trying to find the good and all of that. Yeah, it's there though.
Absolutely.
You just got to search for it. But
That's
all like it, dude. I remember I went through a time where I was like, man, this music's dead. Like, music, it's soulless. It's all fucking just produced and it's meant for sale, and it's just bullshit. And somebody told me, I don't remember who, but they were like, no, it's not. You have to go look for it. It's out there. You just have to find it.
Right.
Because like now it's too easy for all of these viral people just to rise above the top of everybody else, and you just look right past them.
Absolutely. And it's, going back to like hating on bands, it's always a fine line too, because a lot of these bands that have made it huge started out just like us and happened to be in the right place at the right time and made it big and did what probably most of us would do and said yes, and now they're fucking huge.
Yeah.
And, I guess that's why I don't completely hate on anybody. There's some artists I strongly dislike.
No, sure.
But then again, like most people started in a van. And I think that's really cool how music, if you're wanting to play your music out, you pretty much have to get a van, a truck, and hit the road.
Yeah,
like
that's the way.
It all starts,
that's the way.
Whether it's 1950 or 2022, that's how they all start out.
Yeah,
like
it's
cool.
That is a fucking great point, man.
Yeah.
Even you're talking to them old blues cats back in the day, dude. The only way that they made their money is traveling from town to town, some little bar room, playing their blues, and moving on down the line.
That's
and
right.
And it's still the same today.
Yeah.
What? You're onto something.
It's kind of trippy
that.
though, isn't
you're
it?
Onto something. I've never thought about that. But you're onto
it's
something.
All the
with
same
that.
way. Like,
yeah.
Sleepless nights. Many gallons of gas purchased at gas stations.
Oh yeah.
And just sharing your music with people all over the country and hoping somebody listens and it's just very organic.
Yeah.
The unspoken formula, I guess.
The
that nobody talks
unspoken
about,
formula. And I don't think that there's another way to do it. I think that you hit the nail on the head with that shit. Man, I heard the other day something that resonated with me. Because, like, I don't know. I'm guilty sometimes of, like, okay, like when I get to this point, I'll be able to do this, and I'll be able to do this in life, not music per se, but I'll be able to do this and this and this. And somebody said Theo Von. I heard Theo Von say
mullet
this.
guy.
Yeah. The mullet dude, hilarious fucking guy. But he said something really profound, and he's like, you can't wait until your life is perfect before you start living it. And it's like, it's that thing, like, when I finally get rich or whatever, when I finally get to this certain point that I'm striving for, then I'll be able to be happy, and then I'll be able to. And the reality is, no, man, you got to do it right now, and you got to live your fucking life, because it's passing before your eyes. It's fleeting every second.
Enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
So many people want to get
you want to get to the
rich
end
and famous fast.
Dude.
And I've known people, I've played with people that was their every goal. Like if someone didn't come up, and of course it was always bullshit, but if someone didn't come up and try to offer us some kind of big thing or say they knew somebody, they're like, well, that gig sucked. It's like, no, man, enjoy the fucking journey, because like if you're not playing music because you love music, then you shouldn't be playing music.
Yep.
And just the fact that we're able to be in front of people and 9 times out of 10 get paid to play for people.
Oh yeah.
Is good enough for me. Like, and so many people, will tell me all the time, like, man, hope you get big, hope you hit the country radio, hope you hit the rock radio, man, hope you make it big someday. It's like, you know what? Like in my mind, like I feel like I've already been successful because I'm doing what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
And so far it's working. It might not next week,
Absolutely.
but so far it's working, and that's my definition of success.
You're
It's not going to be
music, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be if Sony approaches me,
Yeah.
and then I'm successful. Like no, man, I got a family.
Yep.
I'm able to play music
That is.
and get by.
That's rad.
You know, that's all that matters to me. Like,
And-
and
and
I kind of
like-
get grumpy when people talk to me like that. It's
And
like,
the
man,
only
like,
thing,
no, like
like the only thing, like, yeah, that's it. You're doing what you want to do.
Exactly.
And like the only thing that can make it better is to do it in front of more people.
exactly.
You know,
if
and
you're
like,
a carpenter, if you're a plumber, if you're a musician, whatever it is you're doing for a living, if
Yep.
you fucking love it, have
Yep.
a passion for it, and
Yeah.
you're getting paid to do it as a bonus, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
go for it. I think it's the coolest thing in the world, you know, just being
Yeah.
creative and doing what you love.
And it's like, and that's so admirable because it is fucking hard. Like, man, I don't know if your average person out there knows that grind of what it is to be a live entertainer, you know, to be out there playing shows in front of people and making your living doing that. And gigs get canceled and just all sorts of, you get sick or all sorts of other things happen. And these things happen. And you're not just clocking in and earning your money. You're going out and you're making your money and you're making your living and you're really truly earning every fucking dollar that you're bringing in. And I don't think people really understand like the hardships that can come with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very tough.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
For sure. I've had, actually recently I had a bartender approach me when she was paying me for the evening.
Yeah.
She's like, man, it must be nice to get paid to show up and have fun for a few hours and leave.
Yeah.
Get paid this much. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, I was just like, no, like, you don't understand. Like, it's a lot of work. I mean, you have your equipment, you have your gas money, which isn't cheap nowadays. You know, you have your van payment. Like any job, it is an art. And that's one thing I think after COVID that's gotten better is venues. I think venues can see the importance of having live music, and they're willing to better accommodate good music and make you feel welcome, make it worth your time.
Yeah.
Overall, for me anyway, I feel like it's gotten much better with people appreciating what goes into music because, like I said earlier, it was just gone so quick, and I think people missed that. I missed it.
Yeah.
I missed going to shows. I missed playing shows, and I think people are you know, I say people, but most people I talk to are in a better a better mindset about it.
A better
than were
headspace.
before
Oh yeah,
COVID.
totally,
Yeah,
dude.
for sure.
It completely consumed the entire world, dude.
Yeah.
And it consumed some people's minds and took it into a really dark place, a really angry place, a really hostile place.
Depressing.
Yeah, depressing
just-
place. Like it wasn't fun.
No.
But we're out of it.
That's right.
And now
here today.
we're on the other side. And now what we got to do is just find out how to keep fucking playing in front of more people and keep doing
That's right.
all we can do. But
Hell yeah.
man, so what do you I don't know, what's new with you? What do you got going on?
Man, just playing a lot right now.
Yeah.
It's been a very busy summer. I think I played in seven states in the past 5 weeks.
Nice.
Which has been really cool for a change.
What states?
So Nebraska, let's see if I can name them all. Nebraska, North Carolina, Kansas, Illinois, Michigan, obviously Indiana, Ohio, and Illinois.
Dude,
So,
doing the whole
so
regional
yeah, man,
thing.
like Midwestern
Yes.
tour or whatever. But
That's
it's been
badass.
fun though, man.
Yeah.
Just getting out there, hitting the road, and
You
doing
got-
the best I can. So
You got any favorite gigs that stand out?
I do have several.
Nice. Give me one. I'm gonna grab
oh,
a beer,
man.
but
Yeah, for sure. So trying to think. There's so many venues. Cheers while Marc's away.
I'm back. Cheers.
So like, do you mean like venues themselves?
Shows,
or
individual
like
shows, venues. I don't care.
Gotcha.
Whatever, or like
Right.
Yeah, whatever. You just
Yeah, it's
know what I'm
it's
saying.
really fun. It's really fun to play somewhere where nobody knows where you are, who you are, and kind of have a chance to like win them over, I guess, and prove yourself. It's more of a challenge because, and not if anybody's watching from here, nothing against y'all, but But it's really fun to play somewhere where you're a new name.
Yeah.
You're advertised as coming out of state, and people invite their friends, and you build that fan base there.
Yeah.
So whenever you go back out there, people bring their friends, their spouses, their partners, or whatever.
Yeah.
And you kind of get like a friends. Really, I hate saying fans because, I'm not the level where we have fans.
Fans,
We're like friends, man. Like exactly. Like I feel like
everybody's just you have a personal relationship almost with
correct.
everyone.
Yeah, like I feel like fans are someone that that you see a
Anonymous.
1,000 of,
Yeah,
and they're all yelling for you, which I've never
Yes.
had. But
Me either.
It's right. Cheers to that. But just like I feel like everybody that I meet and get to know becomes a friend or an acquaintance in some way.
Oh, yeah.
And it's more of a personal thing where they can message you on Facebook and be like, hey, are you busy this weekend? Can you come back out? Or whatever.
Yeah.
I have this going on, or there's been some real doozies of gigs, and there's been some really, really good shows as well. My favorite kind of show is probably when I can crank the volume all the way up, and people are dancing and going crazy and singing, and even if they're not tipping, like if they're just having a good ass time,
having fun.
that's why I'm there, is to let people forget for a minute,
Yeah.
and just have a good time. And I love when that happens.
Usually on the second set.
Exactly.
When everybody's a little
Yes.
lubricated.
A few shots in.
Oh, yeah.
Do like a cheers after every song.
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like,
A little
come on,
loose.
guys, come on.
Yeah, come on, get up here.
Don't be scared.
Yeah. Yes.
I honestly I would rather have a fight break out at a show than people sit there and act like you're not there.
Yeah, and be quiet.
Like
the whole fucking
anything is
time.
better than nothing.
Yeah.
Totally. But no, man, it's really nothing really crazy new. Just trying to get out in new areas as I play longer. I'm obviously trying to write new songs. Yeah. And I've been really lucky this year to be able to jam with so many people. Like since I actually we ended our band thing last year. And you know how bands are. They're hard to keep together.
Hey.
We all have an ego.
Oh, yeah.
Some are bigger than others, but we all have one.
Oh, totally.
And it's just hard to get, several grown men together and just get along, it seems like. But I've you know what I mean? Like,
I
it's
feel
just
you,
like,
man.
fuck.
Yeah, dude.
But no, man, I've had fun jamming with many different people. Like I've jammed with several bands that we made up last minute for a certain show.
Yeah.
Or playing lots of duo shows with good friends that play bass or play guitar and sing. Like, just kind of doing different things. Like,
I don't think I've met the guy. I think he plays bass with you at Pepe's.
yes, his name is Eric, a really good friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Probably one of the best bass players I've ever played with.
Nice.
He's very talented, and it's one of those gigs where it's very, very easy together. Like we jam well together. We kind of have this good like musical chemistry going on. Like it works out really well.
Yeah.
And I've got so many friends like Eric that just want to just play and do like a duo show or like a small trio show or something. And it's been fun to just play different things.
That's the cool thing I've learned about my journey down this road.
Yeah.
Is meeting so many different people, and you realize like, oh wait, like I know that guy. I know that bass player. I know that drummer. I know that guitar player.
Yeah.
Like maybe we could like put some shit together and
Oh,
jam and it's like okay, because bands can be like a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Really?
Really?
It can be. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about. There's a lot of feelings.
Yes.
There's a lot of fucking
You're basically
feelings.
doing everything but having sex.
Yeah,
And even sometimes maybe that.
Yeah,
but not in my
maybe
experience.
that.
But yeah.
But dude, it's such like an intimate relationship, and but the more mature I think you get in being a musician and being in the professional circuit of things,
Right.
is you realize like, oh, all that attachment that you're holding on to doesn't need to be there.
No.
Like it's just music, dude.
It's okay to move on.
It's okay to move on.
okay.
It's okay to just jam and play, and it doesn't have to be a committed type of situation.
Exactly.
It can just be like a Netflix and chill type
Right.
of deal.
And that's okay.
Yeah,
and that's
totally.
fine. Like, and a lot of people don't get that. But you know what? Like, it's always a learning curve. I'm sure you can relate. Like, you're always learning
yeah.
about stuff. And
Always
and
learning.
Usually it's things that I wish I wouldn't have done.
Always.
As opposed to things I did right, which
Yeah.
isn't as much. But I'd like to have several bands someday. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of a weird thing. Like, I don't
Different
know.
styles.
Different styles. Because
Yeah.
I like everything. So
Yeah.
I'd like to be Willie Nelson.
Okay.
But I kind of would like to be Marilyn Manson.
Oh, okay.
So like it's kind of a mix. Like I
Yeah.
like everything. Like I'd love to get up there and play classical guitar, light folk and also get up there and face paint and just scream for an hour.
Fuck yeah.
And I feel like I'm finally at that. Well, I would love to do all of that, and I feel like I'm finally at that point, maybe next year or something, where I can start slowly getting my feelers out there to have different kinds of projects.
Yeah.
And just get out of my system, because everybody, for a long time, I feel like people got accustomed to having me get up there and play all the country songs they like.
Yeah.
And I started to get weary of that because in country music, especially, like I'm really jaded to modern country, like I said earlier, but there's a new hit out every week.
Oh yeah.
And people learn that shit fast. And so
I
just
I don't know
yesterday,
where they hear it.
Yeah.
Like I don't like all these people like talk. I don't know where you're hearing this shit.
Like, are you friends with the dude?
Yeah,
like how do you know this song?
Where the fuck do you listen to? Is it on the radio?
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea. I don't even
play
listen
this
to
new
the radio.
song by. I'm not gonna say names.
Yeah,
but
fill in the blank.
And it's like no, and so I don't know. I'm not far enough along where you have that kind of, I don't know what you call it, like fuck off power.
Oh yeah.
But you still want to be an entertainer and be
Sure.
friendly and be a good
you
showman.
gotta be friendly.
But at some point, and for a long time, I didn't do this. But I'm starting to get to the point now where I want to represent what I like and what I love.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose myself because if I get up there, I like playing songs that people know.
Yeah, of course, you have to.
Yeah, it's an integral part of this whole thing.
Especially like playing at bars and shit. You gotta dip it. You can't just do originals.
Right.
Like as much as you want to.
Right.
You have to throw in. You have to throw in the shit that they want to.
Yeah.
That they know and they
Yeah.
can sing along to.
Oh yeah.
And sorry, I threw you off there.
No, you're right on my
yeah.
track. No, because
Yeah.
for a long time there was many nights starting out. Starting out like any job, you're
Yeah.
afraid.
Oh sure.
You're scared of rejection.
Yeah.
You're scared that people will tell you to fuck off and never come back. Yeah. And so you just bend over and take it like a man.
Yep.
And at the end of the night, you're like, man, I just didn't play anything I wanted to play tonight because I played what they wanted to hear only. There's that fine mix of just I don't know, mixing in originals and the covers that still kind of represent what you are as a person and not just be like
and not
a
just
musical whore
yeah
and play whatever.
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
Does that make sense? Like
yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you can learn the chords and you can just fucking do the thing and
Right.
you can, I don't know, you can just play the music that everybody's wanting to hear.
Right.
And yeah,
just feel
being a
empty.
musical whore
Yeah.
was a great way to put it.
It's kind of crude, but it's
that's
just
a
the way
great
you
to
feel
put it.
sometimes.
Just, like you're just selling yourself.
It's
out
like,
there,
man, and it's really bad around.
you're just trying to.
Yeah.
You're trying to get through the sets and like, nah. Dude,
Yeah,
you have to have some of your artistic flair
Right.
and shit, like your passion involved in
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
like sprinkling in originals is a good way.
Correct.
Because you know what I realized sometimes, because there's so much music out there, so you play an original tune, and if it's good, like maybe they'll be like, oh, well that must be like some new song that I haven't heard yet. Like of some because they don't know.
Right.
They don't know it's
Right.
your song or
Yeah.
fucking
Just
some
play it and-
obscure song that that they don't know because there's so much of that,
Right.
So the
right.
whole goal is to make them think like, oh, that just must be some obscure song that I've never heard before.
Right.
Right in between a popular song that
Yes.
they know.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So they're
Right.
like, oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's it's I think it varies on what kind of shows you play too. Obviously, if you're a full-time musician, I get this a lot from newer people trying to start out as a full-time musician or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, well, what should I play? Whatever. It's like, you know what? Like, starting out, you have to do what it takes to get by as a full-time. I feel like if you're not a full-time musician, you have a lot more freedom doing what I do.
Yeah.
To play originals and play stuff that you only really want to play. But the hard cold truth is, we play in bars in the Midwest.
Yep.
And you're going to get the same 10 song requests
Fuck
every
yeah.
single fucking show.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't play them, you might not be able to come back.
Yep.
And so, it's all about compromise and being gracious. But
Yeah.
I'm really excited for going into next year, and hopefully having more leeway to do even more of what I would like to do
Totally.
as an artist.
And but also I realized there's that job as an entertainer to fucking entertain.
Exactly.
Give the people what they want.
Have fun.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then get them on your side.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So win them over with all the shit they want.
Yep.
And they're like, hey, this is one of mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they appreciate it more because you gave them what they were wanting.
Exactly.
And then you give them what you want to give them and they accept it.
It's a game.
Yeah, it is a
way.
game.
Like,
yeah. It's a give and take.
Yeah, you
and
nailed it.
you pay the crowd what they want, and then if you win them over,
Right.
then you can fucking hold them in your hand all night. And
Absolutely.
yeah.
And you can't have an ego, I think you nailed it, because I think so many people, all of us, myself included, it's easy to get that ego sometimes where it's like, I want to play what I want to play only. But you have to remember, like, people, most places that I play, people don't pay to come see me play.
Yeah. Yeah.
I happen to be there.
A guarantee.
Correct.
And it's like,
I happen to be there when they come in to go to get drunk and have a good time.
Exactly.
And so there's always, it's always important, I feel like, for anyone that may be listening that's trying to do this for a living or is new at it or whatever, like it is important to be that person that people, like you said, have a good time to and want to come back and see again.
Totally.
Because as they get to know you better and see more of your shows, you can incorporate more of your own stuff into those shows.
Yep.
And before you know it, they'll be singing your songs back to you, which is the best feeling in the world.
Fuck yeah.
I'm sure you've had it too. Like, it's just like, it's the best feeling ever. Like,
but you have to, on a certain level, you got to be that salesman.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But just because you're a salesman doesn't mean you have to be a piece of shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. You play the game. You do what I don't know. You do what they want, and I don't know. Yeah.
It always kind of works out if you have the right mindset and the right motives and the right heart going into it. I feel like it would all pan out probably, but you'll have flops and places that you'll never play again.
Yep.
And people tell you that you suck.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's all part of the growing process.
It is.
If no one ever tells you that you suck, you probably won't try to get better.
Yeah.
That's how I've always tried to view it.
You can't hold on to that shit. You gotta just shed it.
That's right.
Shed it right off you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
hey, well, fuck you then.
Right.
Fucking, sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Piss off.
Exactly.
You're drunk.
Right. Yeah.
Probably.
Exactly. Right. Chances are
you're drunk, and that's why you have the courage to say this to a stranger.
Exactly. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. God damn. Is that how you treat people?
Yeah.
Dicks.
Wow. The world that we live in.
Oh my God. Oh man. I had me a big old piece of humble pie a month ago. Played at Digby's. Right. I was pumped. I was like, fuck yeah. I got my loop thing. I got the set. I'm so excited. And at the end of the night, I was playing to the bartenders, and it's like, fuck, man. I totally saw this going way better in my head. And then, oh shit, I already said Digby's. Hey, sorry, Digby's, no offense. But then they gave me a bonus, and they fucking took it away from me because there was nobody there.
Right.
And I can't blame them.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, and that was like an ego hit.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it hurt.
Yeah.
Took the little bonus away, and then at the end of the night, I was like, you know what? I didn't bring in the people. Why should I deserve the fucking bonus?
Right. Right.
But that was just those moments that humble you.
Yes. And it's good for us.
That
I
teach
feel
you,
like,
hey, man, nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Right.
Like, lose that ego shit right now.
Yep.
Because it's not doing you any damn good.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That has to be out of the way, or people just don't like you as a person and don't want to hear your music or don't want to hear you talk. Like, I mean, I had that same thing happen back in March. I was playing in Terre Haute at Terre Haute Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Awesome place to play. But like many places, they're not always busy. Yeah. All the time. And I'm not a Terre Haute native, so no one knows who the fuck I am. So I showed up, brought the whole shebang, man. Like the two mains, the sub, the monitors, the kick drum, everything. Yeah. It's a big room too, huge room. Okay. And big stage. It's probably like a 3 or 4 foot high stage. And the bar is on the other side of the wall. And the bartender was at the bar on the other side of the wall, but there was nobody in the room where I played for 3 hours, except one dude who was sitting there drawing pictures of me as I played and keeping the pictures. Oh, hey. And drinking a beer.
You give me the
and
pictures,
then left.
motherfucker.
The only guy.
Damn.
Yeah. And, driving 2.5 hours to a show and playing that kind of show, but in a way, though, like...
Oh, yeah.
It's just,
I know that feeling
it's a bittersweet...
so much.
Yeah, like... and
dude, it fucking
a
sucks.
big stage, a big room, and you show up and you're thinking you're hot shit, and then you realize that
You're just a guy.
You're just a human being with a guitar.
You're just a guy.
Yeah.
You know, like.
That's it. And at that point, I would have played anything for anybody.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like,
Yeah. Like, what do you want to hear? I'll learn it.
I'll do anything.
I'll Google it, I swear.
Exactly.
I'll find the
Yeah.
chords and we'll fucking learn
we'll make
this
this
thing.
work somehow.
Right
Yeah.
now.
But
Please, just give me something.
Oh, yeah. And like, and shows like that happen a lot too. Like, and I think, you know, some people see, whether it's on Facebook or whatever, that, you know, they see pictures of the bigger shows and the packed bars, you know, and
They think that's everything.
that's not everything at all. Like, and so many times it's been just playing for empty room
Empty
after empty
bar,
room.
buddy.
And sometimes your perseverance pays off, and they keep on having you come back.
Yeah.
And eventually a crowd comes because they're like, man, this guy doesn't give up.
Yeah.
Like, he's still coming here to play for nobody, and
Fuck
we'll
yeah.
still have him. Every venue's different, obviously, but it's always good. It's good and bad to have that humble pie sometimes. It tastes bitter,
It
but
is.
it also just makes you a better person.
Puts you on
I feel
that-
like, yeah,
Puts you on the right level.
exactly.
Humbles your ass out.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Dude. We're fucking.
What a conversation.
We're about an hour into this bad
Are
boy.
we really?
Yeah.
God, wow.
I know.
That's flown by.
Well, shit. I couldn't let you get out of here without telling me one favorite food.
Favorite food.
You got it.
Oh man, I just like food. My favorite
Numero
all-time
uno.
food. It sounds generic, but I really do like very, very authentic, like Texas Mexican food.
Okay.
I really do. Like Taco
Okay.
Cabana,
Oh.
restaurants like that down there where it's actually really good,
Yeah.
solid Mexican food.
I love that.
But it also depends on the day. But I'd say probably overall that's my favorite
Mexican food?
Yeah. Is beer a food?
I love that.
Is-
Well, I mean, actually,
Kinda.
you could probably live
It's
off
kinda
of
like
it
bread.
for a
Like,
while. It is kind of
exactly.
like bread,
Yeah.
basically.
It's a good breakfast.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It gets you going. Oh, dude. And, well, shit. I don't know. Time flies when you're having fucking fun.
does,
Where does
yeah.
everybody find you?
You can find me on Facebook.
Yeah.
I currently do not have an active business page. I've been working on it for a while.
Oh, dude.
And just kind of laying low on Facebook right now. I feel like Facebook's kind of phasing out
It,
slowly but surely in some ways.
Do you know what I realized? Is that I think that pages are out.
I
Like
yeah,
pages.
definitely agree.
That's
Yeah.
why I just switched completely over to my personal profile. That's where all my friends are.
Yes.
And shit.
If they want to find you, they will.
Yeah.
And with my business page, I think I had a lot of likes on the page.
Oh yeah, a lot of followers. I did too.
A lot
It
of followers,
doesn't
but
matter.
like every post would get like 2 or 3 likes.
Do you know why?
Why is
Because
that?
Facebook wants you to pay to reach your own audience through boosted posts.
Yeah.
So they want you to pay money, and that when you boost your posts, it's not like reaching new audience members. No.
Right.
It's reaching your own fucking audience members. It's like, well, why the hell?
wouldn't
am I
see it
even,
otherwise,
Why
probably.
the hell
Yeah.
am I even doing this?
Yeah.
So yeah, personal
a joke.
pages, Instagram. That's pretty
Correct.
much where it's headed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Instagram, I'm on definitely on that for sure.
Yeah.
Hunter Wainscott Music, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, all the major online platforms or whatever.
Hell yeah,
But
for your
I'd say probably
EP.
Instagram's my best social media
Nice.
to find and follow me on. So
Sweet.
Yeah.
And this is going to be coming out. I'm trying to keep up with these. Like, so at first I kind of got backlogged, and like episodes were a couple weeks, but I'm posting this one on Tuesday, whichever
Nice.
this next Tuesday is.
Heck yeah.
So what do you have coming up? I don't know, next weekend, I guess.
Yeah, so I cannot remember. I'm booked every weekend of the month and everything. This weekend I'm in Fishers. Well, Fishers tomorrow, which doesn't matter for next week's post or anything.
My bad.
Michigan this weekend, but next weekend I have to check. But follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and it will be posted next week for sure.
Sweet.
I got too much going on in my mind to remember
Dude,
all
yeah.
the exact dates.
You're a busy
but
man.
I think I'm playing four times next week.
Fuck
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
getting after it, my friend.
Yes, sir. Trying to.
Absolutely
Trying
love
to.
it.
Absolutely.
Hey, you
Yeah.
already here, y'all. Wait, before we go.
Oh yeah,
We got to get these rascals up
like,
in here.
like
Come
cool
on.
uncles.
Let's get over here.
over here, come
Let's
on.
get over
Get over
here
here.
on this side. I want you guys
Yes.
guys to meet Bill, Randy, and Scott. Everybody.
My good friends.
The first special guests on the pod.
Yes.
Why don't we? Yeah, just kind of like I don't know. Hunter,
my
can you
shit out of the
scooch
way.
over?
I
we'll
sure
all
can.
we'll all leave on the same note. Yeah, you guys want to get on this? Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna just sneak around right over here in front of these blue lights.
Heck
Hell yeah! Just come on in. Come on in.
So if you guys come to
water
any
is
of my
fine.
shows, chances are you'll see these guys more than likely there. Really
Yes.
good friends of mine. They take lots of pictures and videos for the local music scene as well, and really good dudes. So thank y'all for being here. Love you guys.
Absolutely. Hey, Scott.
Pleasure.
Let everybody know. Bill? Randy?
Scott, Bill, and Randy.
All right,
Good
y'all.
friends of mine. Hell
Hey,
yeah.
Hunter Wainscott, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. And, dude,
Thank you for having
that
me.
was a lot of fun.
It was a good time.
All right. Hey, see you next time. Peace.
Cheers.
Cheers.